Then why are you going back to the traditional media of printing a book? I know you also run a blog post, right? You have an online media presence. So why is there a need to go to publishing and getting a book printed in hard copy?
Well, I mean, I've always wanted to write a book. So I think this is, I guess, some people who are tuning in today, they are aspiring book authors or they are published already. And since I was schooling, I've always wanted to tell a story. And I think the book, this format is the best way to tell stories because it is a broad canvas. It really allows for depth. So, you know, for authors like myself, we can kind of take some form of poetry and kind of give our new perspective onto our life experiences, onto a subject matter that we're interested in, and we can paint a very broad picture. And I think that is one of the best and most raw way of telling stories. And that's something that I still embrace. And I think many book lovers still embrace it. And that's why I decided I wanted to write a book.
But writing a book or getting a book printed is really no mean feat. You could share with a lot of people probably wouldn't really would have experience of going through that. They just maybe borrow a book or get a book from a bookstore and they don't know how does a book come about. Maybe you can share your story, your experience getting this book printed.
Yeah, so okay, I think the first thing about writing a book is you got to embrace storytelling, like I mentioned. So you have to, like what I said earlier on, you have to embrace the poetry of it. You need to be able to put readers into your shoes and bring them through a story. And I think when you are able to embrace that, you're able to tell wonderful stories that are descriptive. So that's the first step. And the second step is to really have that solid idea. So you want to tell a story, but you need to have it coherent and thematic. So when you have a book, it's about maybe outlining it first, getting all the chapters up there, and then making sure that there's a common narrative there and common themes that can tell essential stories that you want to share with the world. Then subsequently is pitching that solid idea to a publisher. Some people can self-publish, but I think that, you know, for new authors, maybe it's better to start with getting a publisher because they can help you with editing, with book design, with distribution. And I'm sure you're very familiar yourself, Mr. Baey, because you had the book. So I need to learn from you. Yeah, I would definitely learn from you. And I think that finding book publishers is important, but for writers, they can also be a bit more forward planning. They can, because for me, I didn't have this forward planning. I thought it was a be-all, end-all when my book is out. But when the book is out, actually that is the beginning of another journey, and that is to get this book to the hands of readers and to get it read. So you can write a book, but if nobody reads it, then, you know, are you still a storyteller? I mean, you are, but your story is not shared with other people. Your learnings and your experience are not shared with others. So I think that authors should keep in mind the forward planning and know that the next step is also important, and they need to be able to pitch their story, sell their book, and to go out there and tell people about their stories and the wonderful things they can share about Singapore or anything really of their own personal experience.